And welcome back. So I've got another layout for you. This time it was the grid challenge for Heather's Crafty's Life's Patreon scrapbook challenge for April. Have a lot of fun things every month, and every other month we do a online crop with challenges. And this particular challenge was to use a grid design. So, grid designs are kind of one of my go to. It wasn't outside my wheelhouse, but I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different. So, instead of just doing a normal grid design, I wanted to kind of focus the grid onto one side of the page. So these pictures are of a pizza place in New England called Pepe's. If you look up best pizza in the country, best pizza in New England, Pepe's shows up as one of the best. Been there since 1925. And the girls and I and John stood in line for over an hour in the cold to get in after Christmas to go to Pepe's. And it was good. I'm not sure it's worth over an hour wait, but we'll see. It was good pizza. This particular page, I used a bunch of scraps. I don't have a kit, I don't have anything, kind of one collection. So the red paper is a plaid from a spring collection. The yellow is just an old cardstock that I had that I've been using. It was actually not a full piece. And to me, the red, the yellow, the black kind of are known for old pizza places. It just screams Italian pizza places to me. So that's the color scheme I wanted to use. I wanted a little bit more texture, and I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a lot of paper, but I did have this washi, this black and white, or the black washi with clear, and so I used that on the edge of the yellow, and then I put a strip of black cardstock right next to it. So that kind of helps frame that part of the page without using anything that, no stickers, no border strips, just cardstock and one piece of washi. So, I know right now a lot of us, and me included, are trying to kind of cut back on what we spend on scrapbooking because of, furloughs and job losses and all of those kinds of things. And this is an example of how really just some cardstock can make a big difference. All of this was stuff I had in my stash. There's not one thing on here that's new. Most of this I've had at least a year, probably more. So the other good thing is because this paper is that plaid, lining up for a grid made it real easy. I didn't have to get my straight edge out. So what I'm doing here on the bottom right hand of the paper is putting just a little bit of border flags down at the bottom, but because it's off screen, I'm just going to skip it. You're not going to see it. But I use the same three colors I have on the left hand side of the paper, the yellow, the black, and then I put that washi and use the actual flag shape to make the flag and put that in the corner. And then what I'm going to do is use those flags to be able to put a date stamp. That ended up being a great place to have my date stamp. So you can see there, using my roller date stamp. That roller date stamp and I have a love-hate relationship. And there I am just stamping off on some scrap paper. So now I know that I wanted to use stamps to put the title. So once again, I'm trying to use my supplies that are reusable instead of, wasting stickers or using stickers that I might have to buy. I'm trying to make myself use my products that are reusable. And I had gotten these really cool stamps that have an inside and then an outline. And I've been wanting to use them. I've used them a few times. And in my head, I thought I'd use them in red and outline it in black on that yellow, and they were just too small. I could have done it, but it just wouldn't have had the impact. So I put those away and I pulled out a bigger, larger font. And instead of having in red, I'm just going to go ahead and use black because I think the red on the yellow might have been a little harsh. So another thing I do here, just as an idea, so when you're laying out your stamps and you want to try to get as much of the word done in one time, I have an R instead of the P in Pepe's, and then I'm just going to put it aside, but I had it on there to get the placement of that second E correct, so that I could do PE and then E all at once. That just kind of helps you with your spacing. So use another letter on the block to get the spacing, then take it off. Now, the appropriate thing to ask me would be how many times have you accidentally stamped that other letter? you don't want to know because it's a lot. So do as I say, not as I do. Then I put the S down, and this is another thing. You can lay it out and then put the block down to pick the S up, so that I get the spacing right. Now, this particular stamp set is pretty old. I want to say it's close to my heart. I've had it for a while, but it doesn't have any punctuation. So I really needed an apostrophe, and it doesn't have one. Here you're seeing me put away the stamps, and I'm looking at it trying to decide if there's something I can use for an apostrophe. And I thought for half a second of trying to put ink on the Q, but I decided that is not going to work. And when I went to get my baby wipe, sitting on the desk, right there with all of my supplies, was that happy chipboard, and it happened to be red, and so I just grabbed it and stuck it on there. So that was a good happenstance that occurred. So like I said, I don't have an apostrophe, and it's really bothering me. So what I did is I just got my Sharpie out and I drew an apostrophe. Now it's not exactly the same, but for me it helped. So now I'm just going to kind of accessorize the page, put some embellishments down, and I'm trying to just, not overdo it. I don't have any pizza embellishment. I don't have any food embellishments that I could find that kind of went with this. But I like that happy. And then I have some word phrase stickers from Allie Edwards in black. So I use those. That margarita pizza was for sure the best thing that we had there, and it was pretty much amazing if you're a margarita pizza fan. Then one of the things I love about the Tim Holtz tiny words phrases is they come in both black and white, and that one says that the thing I like to make the most about dinner is reservations, and I thought that was funny, so I put it down there on the bottom. So I'm going to kind of finish this page out by drawing some lines and doing some journaling, and the journaling is basically going to say that we waited over an hour, and that we weren't 100% sure it was worth it. I do like pizza, but I'm not sure I'm a waiting in line for an hour kind of gal to get pizza. If you've never been to New England, there's actually somebody in the restaurant when we were there who was on a tour of the best pizza places in New England and actually was there on purpose. Just their whole purpose of the trip was to come to Pepe's. So they were pretty excited. I'm not that much in love with pizza. So Mexican food, I probably would have loved it. The kids liked it a lot though, so it was kind of fun. And it was one of the bucket list things. When you live in New England, you got to go to Pepe's. So I've done it. So there's me kind of saying, I really like the page, but it's just missing something in that upper left hand corner. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And one of the things I've been trying to get through is this big Ziploc bag full of flowers. Now these flowers, most of them are 10 years old. I've had them in this pouch, and it used to be overflowing, and now it's down to just a few. But because it's down to just a few, I don't have any red left. So I do the next best thing, and I get out my punches. So this, like I said, this layout is all about using your supplies. So stamps, cardstock, punches, washi tape. I got out my punch that I've had forever. It's a Stampin' Up! Punch, makes a flower. I got out one of my old brads that had for a while, and I made my own flower. Stuck it in that upper right hand corner or left hand corner, and it kind of completes the whole page. Using my glue dots that have also been in my supplies for a while. So I kind of like this page for a lot of reasons. I love the story, I love the memory, I love the colors, but I also love that it's kind of a testament to you can use the supplies you have. So here's the final page. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed watching this, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.